Hey guys, this is Young Pug. Follow me on Twitch and YouTube. I want to first off thank everyone that's been liking and sharing my videos. I'm making a third attempt at making a video when it comes to leading the people out there who want to get Dungeon Finder back in, and I'm expressing how I'm not a popular streamer and I'm not a popular YouTuber, but for those who are casual gamers like I am, for those of you that work full-time jobs and don't get to play a lot, Dungeon Finder implements having the troubles of not being able to stay in the loop. Like once Wrath comes out, they're going to implement a 70 boost, which I get that. For those who have to catch up, for those that want to level with their friends, want to experience all of Northrend, I agree with it. However, what I don't agree with is the free level 55 boost you get on a Death Knight. I don't agree with not implementing Dungeon Finder because Dungeon Finder was such a good thing. It helped people who didn't know how to play the game. It helped people who it introduced people to learning their class for one. Like when you get a boost to a level 70, you got people who are joining the game for the first time. Okay, they're like, hey, there was a lot of hype back in the day about Lich King, and they're like, I wanna try that out. Let me boost a character. The issue that you're gonna have with that is people are gonna be coming in and playing a character they've never seen before. They're not gonna know the specs. They're not gonna know the rotations. They're not gonna know how to play that character. The reason I agree with Dungeon Finder so much about that is because at least if the casual player that wants to start this game wants to make a new character to level so they can learn how to play their tune, Dungeon Finder mandates having to learn how to play your tune. And when you have to learn, or there, like people say it doesn't build a community, I disagree with that 100%. Like for example, when I played in original WoW or original Lich King, like I played a mage and I played a warlock, but I never healed, and healing is my my biggest thing now. Like I love healing, but I wouldn't have learned how to heal if it wasn't for Dungeon Finders. I had a 19 Twink Paladin, and I like Twinking kind of got taken out when Wrath was out because heirlooms came into play, which is fine. However, I wanted to learn how to heal because I was like, wow, this is fun. I like the energy it gives off, but I didn't know how to heal. So I took that level 19, not knowing how to heal, and I healed all the way to 80 on my paladin. Hashtag Holy Paladins for life. But it taught me how to play a Holy Paladin. Sure, once I hit max level, there was other things that I didn't know how to use. But with my experience with gaming, the little that I got to do growing up, because one, I didn't have a job growing up when it first came out. Two, I was a full-time student in high school when it first came out. I didn't get the pleasures of playing 24/7. So when I learned how to play the game, Dungeon Finder was there to help me play the game. I didn't have to rely on someone selling boost. I didn't have to rely on other people giving me gold. I remember prior original TBC, I was standing in Stormwind begging people to give me Deadmine runs because I didn't know the game well enough to just sit there and do quests. I came in the game knowing nothing, and when Wrath dropped, that was the first expansion that I had a max level character on, and it was the coolest feeling in the world. I think the other main issue that a lot of people are having, like that are not wanting to bring Dungeon Finder into the game, are those that are a part of a full guild, those that are going to have people that they don't need anyone else. But surely this is forgetting about the people who are casual. And I get it, Classic isn't technically for the casual player, but there are so many people out there like me that loved Wrath, loved everything about it. The questing zones, the dungeons. Oh my gosh, there's no better dungeons in the entire game but Wrath. I love every single dungeon of Wrath. And I want to experience that the exact same way I did when I was younger. And like I'm not expressing Dungeon Finder to because I'm lazy and I don't want to quest. Like if they don't implement it, guess what? I'm still gonna play the game. I think they said it best in Harry Potter. You're gonna suffer, but you're gonna be happy about it. I'm still gonna play the game. I love this game. I've played it for 15 years. I wouldn't continue playing it unless I loved it. But it was a feature in the game that was so necessary. Okay, strictly Dungeon Finder, not Raid Finder. The Raid Finder, I can't stress how much that killed the game. Just because of the best in slot list, how you needed a full set of epics before you went into your first raid. However, Dungeon Finder just introduced me to so many things. Like, take leveling from beginning, okay? When you bring new people in, because the subscription rating for Classic Wrath is going to go through the roof because everyone wants to play Wrath, okay? But strictly Dungeon Finder alone, like not having the experience now that I have, but when I was a kid, I didn't know half of the dungeons even existed. For those who say, oh, well, it allows you to explore the world, it allows you to make friends. I don't have any friends in Classic WoW except for the handful of guildies that I have. Like, finding a group, everyone says, oh, well, it takes like 5 minutes to get a group. Yesterday, I played on my priest. I'm about to hit level 65 on him. It took me like 45 minutes to make the group. Yeah, that's pretty quick. Some DPS that sit in Dungeon Finder, yeah, it takes a little longer. But it took me like 45 minutes to make the group. It was a Mana Tombs. We pulled 3 groups and we kept wiping. The healer was under gear. Didn't do the best healing. What did he do? He left the group. The entire group broke up because it was taking too long to find a healer, when it would have been so much beneficial just to queue back up for a healer. Everyone could have teleported out of the raid, continued questing, and then when the queue popped and we had a new healer, we all just zoned back in. The benefits of it is so nice. Like I'm gonna be maining a Shadow Priest this expansion, so I'm gonna have to sludge through the slow queues for DPS as well. Like the people that are putting this to bed, like I get it. Yeah, sure. I've had so many comments on my videos saying, "Oh, if you want Dungeon Finder, just go to retail." Look, Dungeon Finder came out in Wrath. It would not be in retail unless it existed in Wrath. So can we not just have the original game? Like Blizzard peaked in sales. They had the most active subscriptions and the most active players in the entire game in Wrath. They sure the people that were originally from Vanilla, originally from TBC, yeah, they weren't happy about it. But what did they do? They kept playing the game. That's all I'm getting at. Like Dungeon Finder is such a necessary thing. It's such a like I can't I don't know I'm lacking the words to explain how good of a thing this is. And like you Blizzard, Activision, they might be worried that sales might go down. They might want to keep boosting in conspiracies all around. I get that. But you like my dad's a big Wild Town player too, just like I am. And I was on the phone with him expressing all of this to him the other day. And he was like, that he was telling me that the reason, they're worried about this is because their sales are down with subscriptions. And I told him, well, I mean, it's also that they're releasing 2 games at the exact same time, the new retail expansion and then Wrath of the Lich King Classic right before. And it's like, man, yeah, I'm sure their sales are probably down. But the thing is this, like Blizzard peaked. They peaked in Wrath. Why would you want to do anything other than risk peaking again? You have the capability of doing this the way that it happened originally. Don't change the game, please. It was great. It was my childhood. It was hundreds of thousands of others' childhoods. I lost my best friend about about almost 2 years ago now. And that was one thing that we got to experience together. And I'm so disappointed that he's not here with me today. And I'm not going to get to experience this with him again. And it really makes me sad. I just want the same memories back that I had when I was a kid. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you. Please, we've got to get this. We've got to get this fixed. I love this game. I love WoW, and Dungeon Finder is part of it. I don't know what else to say, so I'm gonna end it there. Please help me get this video out there. We can't express this enough. Like, we gotta get this fixed. Thank you. Please, again, do the right thing. Blizzard, Activision, who's ever in charge, we gotta get this fixed.